Happy Veganuary, y'all! I'm Becky, and I love sharing simple, plant-based comfort food recipes. I'm a vegan roller skater and working mom, and this is kind of what I eat on like a normal, busy weekday. Past me did today me a solid because she baked these peach cobbler muffins. I'm not a huge breakfast eater during the work week, so something grab and go like this is key. It's kind of the difference between eating breakfast and not eating breakfast as far as I'm concerned. These muffins are moist and fluffy, and they have this crunchy streusel topping and all the flavors of a peach cobbler, but in a muffin. Before we start the batter, we gotta make your vegan buttermilk. To do that, just take some non-dairy milk and pour in a little bit of apple cider vinegar. In a small bowl, combine flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, and salt. Mix that together, and then cut some vegan butter into the mixture. Cutting in literally just means cutting it into pieces and putting it in there. Use a fork or your hands to mix it together until you have a nice crumbly mixture. Now let's stick that in the fridge to chill while we make our muffin batter. The batter for these muffins all comes together in one bowl. So first combine all of your dry ingredients, including the sugars, and mix those together really well. Then use your fork to make sort of a well in the center of the dry ingredients. Then pour the wet ingredients into that well and use a fork or a whisk to mix them together, and then incorporate the wet ingredients into the dry. Fold in your diced peaches. Now use a big spoon, or I like to use an ice cream scoop, to scoop that batter into your lined muffin tin. Once you have all the liners filled up about 3/4 of the way, head to the fridge, grab that streusel topping, and sprinkle it on top. Then gently pat the streusel topping into the muffin batter. That's gonna help it stick to the muffins as it bakes. You don't wanna like push it all the way in, just a gentle little pat will do the trick. Now bake these up at 375 for 20 to 24 minutes until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Let these cool in the pan for 10 minutes, and then you can remove them and eat. I love grabbing 1 or 2 of these for breakfast or eating one for an afternoon snack. They are so delicious with all of those flavors of cinnamon and nutmeg and those juicy chunks of peaches. They're delicious. Because of the moisture from the streusel topping and from the peaches in the muffins, don't store these on the countertop for more than 1 day. If you're gonna keep them for more than a day, stick them in the fridge. I work from home, so for lunch I'm making these mashed chickpea salad sandwiches. This is super quick and easy, especially if you make the mashed chickpeas in the food processor instead of mashing by hand. Of course, you can mash them by hand if you don't have a food processor. That way's just faster. This isn't just any old chickpea salad. This thing is packed with flavor. I based this mashed chickpea salad recipe on a chicken salad that I ate growing up. It had some crunchy walnuts in it, it had juicy grapes and lots of crunchy pieces of celery, and it was so delicious. Obviously, when I went vegan, chicken salad was off the menu, so I started experimenting with chickpea salads instead. The secret to this chickpea salad's amazing flavor is poultry seasoning. There's no poultry in poultry seasoning, it's just a seasoning mix that people often use to flavor chicken, and it just bumps this chickpea salad recipe up to the next level. Instead of walnuts, I'm using sunflower seeds to keep this nut-free, but you can use walnuts if you prefer. And this salad does have little juicy chunks of grape in it, but if fruit in a chickpea salad sounds gross to you, just leave it out. This 20-minute salad is still super delicious. All right, let's prep. Chop up your veggies and your grapes, then mash your chickpeas. You can put the chickpeas in a bowl and mash them with a fork, but I like to throw them in my food processor because it gets the job done in like 3 seconds. If you do use the food processor, just make sure you don't run it too long because we're making chickpea salad, not hummus. Once the grapes and veggies are chopped and the chickpeas are mashed, you're ready to assemble. Put those mashed chickpeas into a bowl with all the other salad ingredients. Then gently mix it all together really well. You'd think that the grapes would get squished while you're mixing this salad, but it's really fine. As long as you're not mixing like super vigorously, you'll be good. This recipe is super versatile. You can serve it over greens for a salad or in lettuce wraps. You can stuff it in a pita, or you can make yourself a simple chickpea salad sandwich. This is a great meal prep recipe too because it makes enough for 4 sandwiches, so if you prep it on a Sunday, you have lunches for almost the whole week. It's snack time! Today I'm gonna have some yogurt with maple syrup and a little bit of pecans for extra protein and crunch. For dinner, I'm making these super easy vegan fajita bowls. I'm making the rice in the Instant Pot, and then you cook the tofu and the fajita veggies in the oven, so I can play a little Animal Crossing to unwind while dinner basically makes itself. These tofu fajita bowls have toothsome tofu that you marinate in this amazing fajita seasoning, and it has lots of crunchy fajita veggies. You can serve it over rice or grains or salad greens, and you can use your toppings of choice to make it your own. Start by making the fajita marinade. Mix all of those ingredients in a small bowl. Now tear your tofu into bite-sized pieces and place it into your pan. I like to tear the tofu because it gives it more surface area so it's able to take on more flavor, and it gives it more of like a chicken-like texture. If you want to cube your tofu, go for it. Now pour that fajita marinade all over the tofu. Toss it well to coat and set that aside to marinate while you prep your veggies. When you're slicing the peppers and onions for this, you want to slice them into pretty uniform pieces. Not just all the onion pieces the same size, but the onions and the bell pepper pieces should all be about the same width. That's just gonna make it look prettier, and it's gonna help it all cook more evenly. When the tofu's done marinating, add those fajita veggies to the pan, drizzle on some more oil, and toss everything together really well. Then bake it at 400 for about 40 minutes, stirring every 10 minutes, until the tofu and veggies are cooked to preference. While that's in the oven, make your rice. I'm making my rice in the Instant Pot, but you can also make it on the stovetop. Either way, I have those directions in the recipe card for this recipe on my website. When the tofu and veggies are done cooking, it's dinner time! Spoon the rice into your bowls, then spoon on plenty of that tofu and veggie mixture. Then sprinkle on your toppings. I'm using pretty standard fajita toppings, but you can use anything your heart desires. So raid your fridge and pantry and see what you want to put on your fajita bowls today. This tofu fajita bowl is so flavor-packed and satisfying. It is just absolutely delicious. I also love how versatile it is because that means that I can use what I have to make it, and my family can kind of make their bowls however they want them. I like a little sweet treat after dinner, and tonight I'm gonna have this pistachio chocolate bark that I've been recipe testing. It has a tahini swirl in it. I hope you enjoyed this little snapshot of what I eat on a busy work day. If you try any of these recipes or have any questions about them or about eating vegan in general, drop a comment. I am always happy to help. And don't forget to rate and subscribe. Happy cooking!